Have you ever wondered about the rules of engagement in a conflict zone, especially concerning who can and cannot be targeted? Imagine a situation where ordinary people, who are not part of an organized military, decide to pick up arms. How does international law view their actions, and what are the consequences? Yes, civilians absolutely can become combatants in war, but only under very specific conditions outlined by international humanitarian law. This transformation of status is a critical concept, directly impacting who can be lawfully targeted and who remains protected from attack during armed conflict. The core reason behind this is the principle of distinction, which requires parties to an armed conflict to always distinguish between civilians and combatants, and between civilian objects and military objectives. Civilians are protected from attack unless and for such time as they take a direct part in hostilities. Taking a direct part in hostilities means engaging in acts of or which by their nature or purpose are intended to cause actual harm to the personnel and equipment of the enemy armed forces. For individuals to lose their civilian protection and become legitimate targets, their direct participation must meet certain criteria. This includes a threshold of harm, a direct causal link between the act and the harm, and a belligerent nexus, meaning the act is specifically designed to support one party in the conflict against another. This loss of protection only lasts for the duration of their direct participation. Once they cease these actions, they regain their civilian protection. There is also a concept known as a leve en masse, which describes a situation where the population of an unoccupied territory spontaneously takes up arms to resist invading forces without having had time to form into regular armed units, provided they carry their arms openly and respect the laws and customs of war. In such a case, they are considered combatants. Another important nuance involves individuals with a continuous combat function within organized armed groups that are not part of a state's armed forces. Even if they blend into the civilian population, their continuous role in combat activities means they are considered combatants. Understanding these rules is vital because they define the boundaries of legitimate military action and reinforce the protection of civilians. It highlights why maintaining a clear distinction between those directly involved in fighting and those who are not is so crucial. These detailed distinctions, found in the Geneva Conventions and their additional protocols, serve as the bedrock for upholding humanitarian principles even amidst the brutality of armed conflict. Ultimately, the goal of these legal frameworks is to limit the suffering caused by war, ensuring that individuals who are not participating in the fighting, or who have ceased to do so, are spared. This nuanced understanding helps everyone appreciate the importance of international humanitarian law in providing a fragile but essential shield for civilians caught in the crossfire.